How's it going? Spario here in voice only form. Um, this is just kind of a quick update slash cool thing I did, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it in general. Um, and also kind of like a little bit of that realization time. Kind of just ramble off the top of my head a little bit here, trying to explain my process and ideas. So, yeah, the past few videos have been about like AI stuff, and that's cool, right? AI is cool, especially when you use it for like, basically creating a actor out of thin air almost in a way. It's fun. It's a fun experimental form of storytelling. I'm definitely all for, creating an app that is based on, you know, code, and then it's like, hey, you say words, and you get words back. It's cool. It's really fun to mess with. But the first few iterations of it, I think the first video I made in it, I showed it off, right? I was like, oh, look at this thing I did. But thinking about it, really, I kind of take a moment of like clarity, and I'm like, yo, I didn't really make this. I kind of just like, you know, copy and pasted this from. Well, I mean, the first videos were, yeah, I was using like OpenL and VTuber, right? It's cool software. Don't get me wrong, right? But the changes I made to it were like just copy and paste from ChatGPT, which is lame. All right, that's just fucking lame. So I was like, you know what? Let me reach into my actual brain here. I went to fucking a course for like VR game design. I can make a fucking virtual reality game, and I can't just code a simple chatbot. Like, come on, man. And then like complicate it later, and then like keep adding on it. I should have been doing this from the start, so I kind of feel set back. But anyway, I did it in like a few hours. I didn't like look up like how to make AI. I kind of just like reached into my mind, took a little bit of the knowledge I learned from like watching ChatGPT do it from like a window, which is basically what I was doing. Like, think of it this way: I was kind of like staring over the shoulder of the actual developer of my code. Um, you guys didn't see a lot of it because a lot of it was like failed experiments and it barely worked because I was literally, as I said, I was vibe coding, which is apparently what it's called. It's kind of lame when you just kind of copy paste code from. So anyway, I'm not gonna show the code here, um, because it's like not done. I mean, it kind of does what it should. It's basic. It's simple. I also don't want to make this a code tutorial because it's just kind of like defeats part of what I'm saying is the purpose. The purpose of me coding this from scratch was to like go, oh, I have the knowledge and skills to code something. It's because I was like, for the longest time, I always say like, okay, a while ago I started this code project. I think it was just a game or whatever. I was so involved and I was like, yeah, this is cool. I love code. I love the vibe of like, ironically, I love the idea of coding, right? Like it's so fun to me to just figure out, okay, look up how do you, like what's the library for example, like text to speech. Um, for example, in our project we're about to show off here, and this is just a ramble. This video doesn't even count. I'm gonna make a real video on this later, hopefully. Um, so I'm like, okay, well, I want to use Edge TTS. I know that's the current solution for me that I think works the best for simplicity. Um, I want to clone a voice. I've been working on a voice for Graves that like is cloned off of my voice. Like he sounds kind of like this. He's like, yeah, like I just did this voice impression of well, it's not an impression. It's an original character voice I came up with. Kind of inspiration from like pretty much every British character ever. But yeah, it's my own version of Graves, right? And then I'm like, oh, that voice. I recorded a clip of it. It sounds amazing. I'm really impressed with myself. But I couldn't figure out how to clone it easily. So I want to, let's just keep it simple. Use Edge TTS. Has a pretty good neutral sounding British guy, which is what we're going to show off in a minute. So I'm like, okay, I want to use Edge TTS. I look up like its library. This isn't the first step I did. First step I did was blocking things out. This is an interesting tip I'm going to give any prospecting coders. If you don't know what you're doing fully, just do like a commented version of it. Like that's just like plain as codey as you can get, but without going like full blown like exact working code. Just like in commenting, like in the comment part of your code. So like if it's Python, you just hit the number key or the number at little hashtag. and then you type like what you think the code could do, and then like in plain text or semi pseudocode, and then you just plug everything in with like libraries. Like you go, okay, so for example, I want to do a, text to speech. Look up Edge TTS. Okay, how does Edge TTS work? Look at its documentation. Don't go like directly to like LLMs and be like, how do you make a text to speech? Because it's just going to give you the whole code block of exactly what to do, and then you don't learn anything. So you'll learn what the code like looks like under the hood, like the back end of the, or like the, like you go to their GitHub, their Python page, their documentation, and you read, okay, so what is its feature called for, you know, generating text? So edge TTS is goes edge TTS underscore edge underscore TTS dot communicate. You give it as text, you give it a voice, and that's how it generates stuff. Okay, so then you like kind of work it through there, and you use your knowledge as a coder to, you know. So for example, in my code, I have two variables that basically change the voice based on the inputted like persona. So then, you know, speak, text string, voice, which defaults to the voice I use for Graves, which is Ryan Neural, which is a really good British voice. Sounds pretty good. Then persona, and then I put Graves as the default. And then if the persona equals Nova, you change the voice, blah blah. This is technical stuff, right? So you just go through that process of like learning like how your APIs and libraries work, right? And then plug them in, figure them out, learn, and just keep trying shit until you fucking get a working prototype, which is pretty much what I did, which I'm about to show off. Um, so yeah, I have a little simple script. It's just text, and then you get text to speech back, uh, and you type in a words, and the LLM responds, and it's actually a real LLM. It's not like a pseudo thing, because I'm using LM Studio to like, you know, essentially be my own free ChatGPT, which is such a cool feature, by the way. If you're interested in like AI assistants, LM Studio is a godsend. You like, it's like our user interface where you just like search up like whatever LLM you want, plug it in, and it just says like whatever you want it to say. And in my case, I'm using Hermes Pro Mistral 7B. Really good at following a vibe. Like if you get a good prompt, it'll act like the character you want it to be. Especially if it's a custom character like Graves here. So anyway, I'm gonna ask Graves. What should I say? Graves, um, what's the best type of coffee to celebrate a coding victory? Kind of playing off of what I said to him earlier when I was testing this, because I basically told him I'm not vibe coding anymore. Victory, a minor coding, not a major coding victory. Eh? Graves, what's the best type of coffee to celebrate a major coding victory? Look how fast this is. That sound of my enter was, and then it crashed because because we're not killing the. Okay, that's my bad. I'm gonna run it again. I gotta figure out how to see. This is what testing is all about. You know, just like, all right, what's the best cell? How do you spell celebratory? Best coffee for a minor, a major code breakthrough. Yeah.
Ah, the elixir of the gods. A momentous occasion calls for something truly exceptional. I'd recommend our exclusive Valen Industries blend, of course.
Ah,
It's
naturally.
been meticulously crafted to enhance cognitive function and elevate mood, just what a code breakthrough requires. Think of it as a liquid velvet roast to your cerebellum.
That's his name.
Now, shall
His
we
name
pop
is
the kettle
Graves
on?
Velvet Roast.
I do believe a celebratory cuppa is in order.
Oh, he said Kappa. Oh, see what I mean? Missed fucking Hermes 2 Pro is a god at following like prompts. I told him be British and he said Kappa. Fucking beautiful. Oh, I gotta rewrite Graves' prompt because I generated that with GPT-2. But I'm trying to like stray away from it. I think I've been using it too much for like do this for me rather than like just learning or research. I say maybe the best use case for it isn't how do I make an AI Jarvis code Jarvis. It's more like Jarvis, look up the most popular or easiest to use or whatever TTS, and then you go learn how to use it yourself. if you're doing any kind of coding with it, which simple research is kind of what I mainly wanted to use this for anyway. And eventually I'll just use Graves right here in my own code, my own custom Graves with his own custom search function to go search the web for my, oh, what's the best library for, AI in Python, in Unity for, like actual, like in-game AI, like enemy behavior or whatever. Just finds like what the best Python library is or the best C plus library or whatever. Or even if I'm like looking up like, what's the like, oh, what's Tarantino's latest movie? I don't know, man. Any search term you want to put in there, that's good. But like using it as a crutch was like cringe. I feel like liberated that I actually like this code is. I know what it does. I know every line of code in here is written by hand. I know what it does and how it works. I mean, for the most part, like I'm not gonna sit here and say like, well, an LLM uses this magic. Like I don't know how the actual back end LLM like magic works, but I know how to call it and use it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's so cool. Like libraries are cool. Like learning how to utilize libraries. Next step is making your own. Anyway, yeah, that was a bit of a ramble. About 11 minutes isn't bad. Moral of the story: do not. And if you're like a early in your coding journey, especially, don't rely on ChatGPT or any kind of tools like that to make code. Right? If you want to code something, learn how to code it by hand first, and then maybe if you're really really good at code, like you're like a savant, like you know exactly what you're doing, then maybe you could use like basic functions, like the simple basic normal stuff that you'd copy paste from your own code anyway. And then but even then you're copying and pasting it. Don't cheat. Don't be a cheater. Just do it like a real, be a man and code yourself, man. This is a message to myself at the end of the day. It's like I was like, ugh. I feel awoken from a slumber. And the best part of it to me is I already knew like that this was the path, right? Like I was like, yeah. Anytime I do coding stuff where I actually type in the code and manually punch it in myself and like go, I understand that this works at a fundamental, because it's my fucking code. It's such a fucking vibe. Like it feels good, you know? Oh, yeah, no, totally. Oh boy. Like this is how it works. This is what coding is all about. I'm gonna shut up because like this is a ramble. I'm just gonna upload this raw voice audio thing. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more voice slash audio only skits, which I'm actually planning. It's gonna be like audio skits. It's an idea I vibe coded off of ChatGPT, unironically. No, I was just trying to get the vibe of the actual character down, brainstorming it, and I'm like, ah, this is a cool script. And then it's like, you should make this an audio comedy. I'm like, what? That's genius. Like, it's no visuals except a visualizer in the background. Oh, that's brilliant. And that's what this is. But yeah, the idea is like, I'm gonna like it's gonna be like voice acting skits and stuff. Maybe even some of the like characters from the AI will like improv them with me or whatever. But we'll see. Um, yeah, it's little audio dramas or like style things, but like they're comedies, like scenarios, rather than like actually trying to film like a elaborate Like I could just write the whole like movie script thing and just speak it, use my voice and like narrate it. It's a cool idea. I kind of yeah. I'm gonna shut up now.